Welcome back to Chez La Vie. Well, this week is a treat because I got to go to FLIBS and I had a media pass, so I got to tour some amazing yachts. So stick around, we've got some oohing and ahhing to do on this one. Where are we going, Cindy?
We're going to the Fort Lauderdale Boat Show, isn't everyone?
I think so. At least everybody on this bus.
Absolutely.
I was looking for a couple of things. One, I wanted to look at some battery options. As you know, I want to do a battery bank in the boat so that I don't have to run my generator nonstop. I also wanted to stop by and grab a card from the guys at Glendenning because I need to have my synchronizer serviced, and they still make the same model that I have. Talk about a design that stands the test of time. We ran into several finance guys, and it was interesting to hear that interest rates on boats are down. And so I've got some leads for those of you that were looking for financing. And then we decided to mosey outside, and well, that's definitely when things got a little more interesting. One of the best parts about being on the new river in Fort Lauderdale is you get to see some really beautiful boats go by. Even more exciting, at FLIBS, I got to tour a couple of the boats that I had seen on the river, including Honeypot. Honeypot is a 2019 106-foot Sanlorenzo that is up for sale from Denison Yacht Sales. Starting on the aft deck, which is really beautiful, one of the really nice things about this aft deck is that it has reinforced fiberglass upper deck, so there are no supports. You have a wide open, unobstructed view on the aft deck. That's pretty unusual for a boat this size and definitely stunning. Underneath this aft deck is a lazarette that has room for a tender and some toys. Moving forward along the full walk around, you have a great side extension that opens up to make a little balcony. This is another really nice touch. This drops down, which from the outside seems a little silly, but when you go inside and see the windows in the master cabin, you'll totally understand. It's really a nice feature. It allows more window and view from the master cabin. Moving on to the bow, there's a seating area for 4 or 5 people with this beautiful table. Look at the gorgeous woodwork, and 2 windlasses, and just more of this amazing teak flooring that just really sets the boat apart. Looking back up at the pilot house, you realize how sleek and sexy this boat is. So heading back towards the aft deck, we find the entrance to the engine room, and I got to go down into it, which was really exciting for me because you know how much I love the engines. Just everything is laid out where you can easily tell what everything is. This yacht has twin MTU 16V, 16 cylinders, guys. 16 cylinders per engine. They are 2,400 horsepower each. She will cruise at 22 knots and top out at 27 knots. And then forward of the engine room, there are 2 giant generators. I think they're 21 kilowatts each. Plenty of power on this boat to go and to stay. Coming through the sliding glass doors from the aft deck, you enter into the salon and immediately feel your body start to decompress. The color scheme is very relaxing, and it's everything you would find on a beach. driftwood and seashells and sand and water-worn marble. The marble behind the dining room area is backlit and feels water washed. So it's another texture of what you would find on the beach. And it really just makes you feel part of the ocean. It's a great feeling in this room. From the dining room, you step into the galley, and while it may be very compact, it is infinitely practical. There are 2 large refrigerator doors, 4 freezer drawers, a full-size oven and a dishwasher, and lots of counter space along the starboard side. The access to the crew quarters is forward, and down below you'll find a captain's cabin and 2 twin cabins, so room for 5 crew as well as 3 heads. Also in the galley you have a coffee bar and a stew bar. And then over the sink you have 3 big windows which allow lots of natural light, one of which opens to allow fresh air in while you're cooking. Then going to the other side, on the port side from the dining room, you go into the master suite, which starts with a series of closets. Now these are all built with smoky glass and backlighting, very attractive. Then you have this lovely vanity for the women to get ready with lots of natural light, and into the master cabin. And remember the drop downs outside? You can see in the left side of this picture how much window that would cut off if they were raised up. So it's definitely worth it when you're inside the room to get that extra 12 inches of window space. And this forward facing window. The high-low TV is there, so you can watch that if you want. But really, look at that. Just, all 3 of them have light blocking shades that are remote controlled as well. So if you want to sleep in, you can. And I really love these drawer pulls. They're soft, they're really unique. I like them very much. Beautiful marble touches, combining the 2 different kinds of marble, his and her sinks with a separate shower. It's really very nice master head. Going downstairs, we go to the VIP cabins, 2 of which are queen size, and they both have their own ensuite heads with separate toilet and shower. And look at these giant portholes. Don't you know that's a lovely way to wake up in the morning? And of course the recessed televisions. And just really a lot of little nice touches. The color scheme is very soothing throughout. They carry that whole beachy feeling through the whole boat. Then we go into the pilot house, which has a full complement of electronics, everything you could possibly want. Then there's also this nice sitting area so people can ride with you. Then up a little flight of stairs from the pilot house and you enter to the fly bridge. This was my favorite part of the boat. The glass at the end with the rails so that you don't have to look through the bars was very nice. These big loungers, which, well, you could sleep 3 more people on that. And the poof. I really loved the poof. Really nice eating area outside, another area to pilot the boat behind the high-low TV. And the most clever thing of all was the outdoor kitchen. This whole counter slides over to reveal the prep area and the sink and makes more bar space. It can also come back the other direction to close it up, and it just was very, very clever. The whole boat, great, unique. So there you have it. Honey Pot, a 2019 Sanlorenzo. After touring Honey Pot, we ran into the guys from HMY, and they were very kind to let us tour the Cofina. Cofina is a 2016 132-foot Bennetti Classic Supreme. She is comprised of 4 decks: the lower deck, the main deck, the upper deck, and the sun deck. Entering the salon from the aft deck, you'll notice the natural light with all the large windows. A recent refit introduced earthy tones and textures to provide a very relaxing atmosphere. Moving forward on the main deck is the master suite. It has lots of windows, beautiful woodwork and soothing tones. It has a his and hers ensuite head with a steam shower made out of lovely marble. And behind the master bed is the master closet. Going from the master, you go down the hall and down the stairs to the lower deck. In this portion of the lower deck, you will find 5 more cabins, all of which also continue with the earthy tones and textures. Very relaxing, high-end, almost like a 5-star hotel on this one. Coming up the stairs to the upper deck, at the front is the pilot house, with a cubby for all the flags, which I think is so great, as well as all the manuals, communication, monitoring systems. Really and truly, there is, I don't think, a single bell or whistle that this boat is missing. Going forward from the pilot house, there is a nice sitting area with a jacuzzi overlooking the bow. And behind it, a really nice club area to sit. What a great place to sit and have champagne and watch the sunset. Also on this upper deck is the VIP suite. Every bit as luxurious as the master, although a little smaller. It has large windows for lots of natural light and, of course, its own ensuite head. When you exit the VIP cabin and head towards the aft, you come into the breakfast area. This has a nice table for 4 and a bar area that has the espresso and a microwave. Also in this room is a large sitting area. Behind this sitting area is the glass doors that lead out onto the deck. And there is a round table that seats 12 with a massive Lazy Susan in the middle. Going past this large round table, there is a cozy sitting area with a large sofa overlooking the back of the boat. I had to take a little seat and get a feel for what it would be like to sit on the upper deck of this beautiful yacht, and I have to say, I felt right at home. Wouldn't this be lovely? Imagine just nothing but blue sky and blue sea for miles and miles. Next stop was the sun deck, with several lounging chairs to catch the sun, an outdoor shower in case you got too warm, and another big cozy seating area where you could curl up and read a book. Also, there's another table that seats 12, big enough to do lots of games and puzzles or whatever your heart desires. A full bar with a sink and refrigerator. Also, a retractable roof. Sun deck wouldn't be a sun deck without a giant grill that can accommodate everybody who wants to eat. And I have it on very good authority that the best napping spot on the Cofina is this sofa right here, and that anytime they can't find the owner, they come and look for them on this sofa. And you know what? I believe them. I think it might be one of my favorite spots too. And last but not least, there's one more large high-low TV. I mean, gotta have a TV if you're gonna do game day on the Cofina. So one last large high-low TV, and there you have it. That is the Cofina, 132-foot Bennetti Classic Supreme, for sale from HMY Yachts. Stay tuned for the next episode. I'll be back with more boat tours from CLB, Horizon, a Burger, and a Sovereign. If you're enjoying the show, please like and subscribe and share it with your friends, and I will see you on the next one. Cheers. Cheers.